Hey everyone, welcome to another transformation video. This is the MP-48 Lio Convoy from Beast Wars 2, and yes, you can see he is that white lion thing, which I'll get into all that stuff proper in the review, but here we're going to transform this guy because his instructions are terrible. They're too tiny for most people, and there's kind of a particular order you want to do things because there's a lot of risk of paint scratches and whatnot if you don't, or just stuff not quite working. So I'm going to go ahead and transform him from lion to robot and back, just like usual. So yeah, first thing you want to start off with is just take this little piece up here, and you want to move it, it's a double hinge, so you want to move it back there like that. You want to take these pieces right here. There's these little slide pieces. You want to slide them back until they click. So this is a very small, soft click. Just slide these little pieces on the sides of the main back like that. Until they click, and then open that all up like that. See, and then you can take this piece right here and untab it, and then here you'll want to take this and kind of lift it up and through, and this piece right here will come. You want to move this little bottom piece of the main up through this panel, and while you're doing so, before you do so, you want to take this and move that up, and then move the jaw up like that. That'll help flatten things out. You want to move this up and through there, and to be a bit of a tight fit, but it is doable. It's not that difficult. And yeah, this is all just kind of gold plastic, so it's not a huge deal about paint or anything. And you want to take this part and that little part, that bottom piece right here, and move it back this way, so you can then have enough room for this piece right here. You want to rotate. There's a rotation. There's a swivel right here where I'm pointing. You want to rotate it along that, like so. And then you take this piece right here and you want to spin it around like that. And then back here, you want to take this, the jaw and move it back down like that. And then this piece right here moves it forward. This right here, this is a tab right here. This goes in a little slot right up in there behind inside the jaw. You want to move it all so that slots in like this. And while you're doing so, move the top part of the lion head down while you're doing that. And it should all come together like that, more or less. The jaw will be, so this will be kind of covering up part of the jaw like that. And then you can kind of safely ignore this part for now and go to other things, including this back part. So right here you want to go ahead and lift this up like that, and then lift this piece up like so. And you can untab them from the back here, rotate this piece around on this little swivel, move this back, make sure this back as far as it can, and then just move this, rotate this down inward like that. Just want to take that and move it in. You might have to squeeze past stuff, and while it's rotating in, you want to start bringing this down over top like so, and close that up there so you can see that it moves in. You might push all the way down so this little piece right here goes in that slot. Then take the tail and fold it up inside like that, and just move it up and out of the way. And you'll end for that part for now. Then down here, you want to take this little piece and untab it from the slots there, and just have it out like this. And then these pieces right here, the arms of the robot mode, you want to untab them just a little bit. Just want to untab them from the bottom here, and you're gonna have to do kind of two motions at once. You have to start moving it outward and untab from here. So you have to start moving it outward whilst also at the same time rotating it down like that, because you need to clear this piece. Do the same on this side. Start rotating it down and untab it and move it outward at the same time, so that it all looks like this now. That, keep that set up. Then this piece right here, you want to untab that and just kind of move it out like that. And then the legs down here, this is just so you can have it all nice and stood up. Go ahead and move them back. The lion legs back like this. So rotate here. You rotate here at the lower thigh. Rotate that around. You want to straighten out this piece right here, and then move the kneecap piece up. And you want to kind of have a straight line on the back here, more or less. Same on this side. Rotate this down, and then move the kneecap up. Then take at the ankle and move that down. Same with this side. Move it down so straight, and then rotate the line feet around. Might have to adjust those a little bit. And it can be, you know, try to get them all lined up. It's not the worst thing in the world if you have to finagle a little bit, but just try to get them all straightened out. And then you can take the heel pieces and move them out like that and rotate it down. So same with this side, move it out and rotate the bottom piece down. And that's the heel support, and you should be able to stand just fine. Now, there you go. Now he's good and standing. So we'll go ahead and move this up. There you go. Now this part, what you want to do is go ahead and these pieces right here, want to go ahead and move this, rotate this up and tab it in and rotate this up. And whilst you're doing so, rotate the arm forward like that. And then also rotate here at the bicep like that. Get it all kind of straightened out like that. So over here you want to rotate this around, rotate it backwards like this, and then go ahead and fold this up and tab this in like so, and bring it down. Then these pieces right here, you want to take these pieces, these side pieces of the lion, you want to take those and slide them out. You can be a little stiff the first time. A lot of this stuff can be stiff the first time. You want to slide them out and kind of move them around this piece. And it's a bit of, yeah, it's kind of a weird plastic flex thing. As far as I can tell, these do not move out any further, or at least if they are supposed to, mine aren't. So you want to move those out, then take this piece, the ab crunch piece, you want to take that and just flatten it out, collapse it in. Just want to collapse that in and be, there you go. You want to also, make sure these side pieces are down far enough that they're line up with these tabs, and then you can go ahead and slide them back in. So now that they won't move anywhere. They're nice and tabbed in there. You can go ahead and take this piece right here and make sure to move that in like that. Make sure that's inside that thing. You should actually do that beforehand, but it's not a huge deal if you don't, because it's all white plastic, so you can just put it in. You want to take this piece and rotate it around right here at this piece. There's a rotation point, and straighten that out. Then you can take back here. You want to take this part right here, untab it, and move it forward and around like that, so it's sitting over there. Then you take this platform the head's on and move it up, move the head up out like this, rotate and get this out of the way. Rotate this entire platform around 180, and then collapse the head back up into there and bring this back down. Then you can go ahead and take this whole back piece, this whole piece right here, and it will move up like so. Move it up like that. See, now he's starting to really take shape. You can move that up like that. And you want to take these pieces right here and start moving them backwards. And again, make sure that's all unfolded. And then move them backwards a bit, and then take these the ab pieces and rotate them forward like so. And then take this piece and rotate it and unfold it at the same time. And this one can be a little tricky to get to line up properly, because sometimes it doesn't want to. Yeah, just be careful. This is where the most paint scratches tend to happen, right here. Yeah, so it looks like this. Unfold these pieces and rotate them forward, so it looks like this. You got the chest piece, bring it down on this armature, and these tabs right here on the sides, which go into these little slots, and you bring it down and line it up and tab it in. And sometimes you get this where it's just one of the tabs doesn't quite want to go in initially, but finagle in place and squeeze that in, and that's the chest done. Now the arms, you want to take the forearm pieces in right here, and see that they rotate them up and tie them in place. Move the wrist down and rotate the hand around. Do the same thing on this side. Bring that over and tab it in. Bring that wrist piece down and then rotate around right there. Bring them down. Almost done. And this piece right here, you want to take this back piece, and you want to rotate it around like up here like this, and rotate it here at that center piece, and then rotate here at this piece at the same time. So it's bringing it up like that. And you can rotate this thing around, and it kind of goes over this tab, but there's also a divot here for the top of the shoulder. You want to line that all up so that's more or less like that. It's not going to tab in completely all the way, but there you go. And take this line piece, you move it, make sure it's nice and straightened out, and then take the sides of the main and collapse them inward, and take the top of the main, bring it down all the way so that all the pieces kind of collapse over top of that line face so you don't really see it too well. And then finally, take these, rotate them around at that piece, and then straighten the paws out and just bring it up like that. Same on this side. Rotate, straighten the paws out, and bring it up so it's kind of out of the way. Do what you wish with the hands and stuff to open them up. And there you go. There's his robot mode. All right, now to go back to lion mode. First thing you want to do is come back here, of course, and rotate these back around and kind of get the paws out of the way like that. Rotate this back around and kind of get that ready for lion mode there. Take this piece, lift it up like that, move it right back around, and take the swivels and yeah, multiple swivels there and bring it down. Just kind of straighten that out and leave it back there like that. Open up the lion mane, just kind of get those pieces out of the way. You want to go ahead and then untab the chest piece here, which can be a little snug. And just untab that and move it forward like that. And then you want to take the upper part of the chest and collapse it backwards and fold it forward like that. And take the abdomen pieces and fold them both back like this and move this forward and then rotate this around. That gets it more or less ready to go for lion mode. Then want to take this whole thing and this whole back piece and just move it backwards, and also slide the slide pieces out, yeah, and also and take that ab piece and move it up, then move this backwards, and that should work just fine. Take the side pieces and move them back, like that, and you can go ahead and collapse them back in. Get those all out, and then take the head, move it up on this platform and that platform, rotate it around, and collapse the head back in on both of those like that. Then you take this piece that lion head's on and move it backwards, and once again tab it back into that tab like that and move it up and out of the way. So you can then take the arms and move that out, rotate that down, rotate that out, rotate the arm like this. Take this bicep swivel and rotate it around like this. Take the forearm piece and open that up. Move the hand around and close it up. And then take this piece and move it inward like that so it all looks like this. Same thing on this side. Untab, rotate, rotate. Move this further down, rotate it around here. Spin it around the bicep. Open up this piece right here, take the hand and close it up, rotate it around 180, and then rotate it up here like this, and so it all looks like that. Then you take this chest piece and move it up, and right here there's two hinges right here. You want to use both those hinges like that, so it looks more or less like this, and then you can rotate this up and tab it in up here. Right there, like that. So it's ready for lion mode. You can take the legs down here. You can take the heels rotate it in, collapse it in, rotate that, and then collapse it all in, rotate it here right above at the ankle, then rotate and move it back. Take the knee pieces and move them down. You can then rotate it like this and rotate it like that. Rotate, 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 and rotate. And again, you probably have to do fine adjustment for line a little bit when you have a better frame of reference. You can go ahead and take these pieces that the arms are on and move them inward, and while you're doing so, rotate them upwards like this. You're going to have to do kind of both at the same time, because otherwise it doesn't fit. And then you can tab the side piece in, and there's this tab right here on the arm, which goes into a little slot inside. And then you have to make sure the elbows are bent right so it can actually tab in properly. If you don't, it's not going to work. And it can be a little bit of annoyance even after you've done this multiple times to just get the elbows rotated in the exact right position to do this. Yeah, get that rotated up in there, like so. And do the same thing on this side. While you're moving it in, also slowly move the arm up, tab that in, and keep bringing the arm up until you can tab it in here. Like that. That's nice and collapsed in, and then take this piece and these tabs will go into those slots when it's all nice and together. Snugged in like that. Make sure take this piece and make sure it's all the way rotated backwards. You can bring it down, take the tail and unfold it out, and then take this piece and open it up and pull this piece out. Rotate this forward like so. Bring this down, this tab right here will go in this little slot there. It could be a bit of a pain to get lined up properly, but then you can bring this down right here and bring it down all the way. Bring this down until like that. It's the back of the line mode, back half of the line mode. And then you take this all right here. You open up the top half of the line head and move this piece out of the way, and you collapse the bottom, the jaw up in there like that. I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece and rotate it around and fold it forward a little bit so that you can take this and rotate it around 180. And then you wanna bring this through, which I guess can be a little annoying. This part I like to sometimes rotate this a little bit just to make it easier to slot through here. Just a little bit easier. Still largely just you're pushing stuff past. And also you want to, I believe, just rotate it forward just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's what it is. You want to rotate this, just push this forward a little bit so it can slot through here just a little easier. You want to bring this down. And this part right here, that slot here will go over this little gray tab right here. And yeah, as you're pushing it down, also make sure it's actually stays there. Otherwise things can get very messy. And bring that in. Take the jaw here and bring it down, bring the head down, move this back. While you're doing so, take these pieces and slide them forward. Bring this back in this middle hinge right here. You want to do that. And then take this piece and make sure it didn't rotate on you. Bring it down so yeah, all the detailed stuff is on the top. And go ahead and take this piece and move it forward, and then finally just kind of do fine adjustments that you need to do. Do all the fine adjustments, make sure nothing came untabbed like this did. Yep. Next, and then tag the robot arm. More or less got it back in line mode. There you go. Ta-da! So yeah, that's the transformation, even with that little goof up on my end. But yeah, you pretty much got the idea, I hope. So yep, I hope you check out the review as well, and I'll see you next time when that pops up.